Hello, welcome to the Baytalk. My name's Brandon, and I'm gonna try to get us through this. It's just me today. Thank you for joining us. Me, so depressing. What's that noise? Let me go open the garage.
I wonder who that could be out there on this Thursday, I don't know what day, evening. Let's see. Let me just casually turn on this amplifier for no apparent reason. Hello, who is there? Wow, it's my co-host Sam. Play guitar,
hey, it's my co-host Brandon. I'm playing right now.
Oh God! Oh God! Wasn't that an epic intro?
That was amazing. Did you see those guitar skills by myself?
By you,
Yeah.
especially.
Wow.
That takes a pro, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, it does.
We're back.
It's
Baytalk's
great.
back.
It's great to be back in the sports cave.
Up in the sports cave.
It's been a long time. We appreciate your patience.
Yeah. Thanks for joining in again. This is a special episode.
Yes, it
It's
is.
a question episode. We're answering all your questions.
We
First
have
episode.
we have a lot of questions to answer in
Let's
only
get-
so much time.
Let's
So
get right into it. I mean,
we gotta jump in here.
We got as much time as we need. The
Yeah.
fans want us. It's been a 6-month hiatus. We're back. Okay.
All right. So just start. Question number 1.
Question number 1. Let's do it by Edgardo first. Therefore, we
Edgardo.
don't forget about the man. His question is, Baytalk. How big of a this is a surprise question itself. Edgardo the
And let me emphasize this: I have never seen these questions, so it's on
Oh,
the
yeah,
spot.
you haven't.
It is on the spot.
I mean, who knew Edgardo would ask a question about the A's, but Baytalk. How big of a surprise have the A's been? Are they contenders or pretenders? Hashtag A's, hashtag playoffs, hashtag Bob Melvin is God. I'll have you have first take.
Hashtag pretenders. Let me tell you,
Ooh, that's a kind of
they
deep.
are gonna fall hard. Let me tell you something. You could get into the numbers. You could get into.
And we're not going to get into the numbers.
We may or may not get into numbers, but when it comes down to experience, and they have none.
I mean, you cut Manny Ramirez, the only experience you have.
There's just nothing left. There's just a lot of young players. I love Yeonis Cespedes, but
Yeah, I think he's
he's a good young talent.
strikeout machine.
But you know what? I don't see them, competing, down the stretch with the Rangers. I think
And the Angels.
yeah,
That
and the
Grinky
Angels.
loaded starting rotation.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
But thank you for the question. But
I'll have my take if you don't mind.
I don't know if it's gonna satisfy your thoughts.
I
on
think they're a decent team. I think they have some offense. I like Reddick, what he's doing. I like Cespedes. I mean, if they're young, young pitching gets it together with Jared Parker on my fantasy team.
Mhm.
And whatever else they have in that starting rotation, I can't name.
Either can I, but it doesn't matter.
You know there'll be stars on some other team, the Yankees or the Red Sox in a few years. So
I don't think they will, win the division, but
no,
I hope
they're
they
not winning the division. They have a chance at the second wild card.
They do have a chance. You know what? They might. They might.
Maybe not pretenders, sometimes contenders.
Sometimes.
Let's get into our next question.
Shall we?
Thank you, Edgardo, for that one.
Thank you.
I'd like to. This question goes to Sam McKay out of Missoula, Montana.
Ah, Missoula.
He's my cousin's friend, who are from Missoula, and his question is: talk about the Portland Blazers.
Oh.
And our next question.
We don't talk about 8th seed playoff teams.
I'm not really into just fringing into the playoffs. That's why we don't talk about the Warriors. Were they?
I liked Brandon Roy, but he's no longer on the team, so
Yeah. And
it's too bad. Sorry, Sam McKay.
sorry, Sam, I can't help you because What are they? LaMarcus Aldridge, and that's it.
Greg Oden. Oh wait.
What knee? God. Okay, this one's from Evo Cortez out of somewhere in the East Bay, I'm sure. Talk about the San Rafael Pacifics. Well, the San Rafael Pacifics. They're an amateur. They're in the independent league baseball team.
Yes,
That's
they are.
below the minor league. It's minors, but it's below triple, double, single. Famous stars that have come out of the independent league.
The one and only.
The one and only Sergio Romo. He came out of the independent league.
With a beard almost as great as Brian Wilson, but
Almost.
he does have some nice facial hair.
I've been to a San Rafael Pacifics game. I know you haven't yet.
I actually just found out about them because I've been living abroad in the Central Coast. So I
Aloha. Yeah, but San Rafael Pacifics. I've been to a game.
It's really awesome that they're playing at Alberts Park. I love that park.
I know a lot of
there.
ladies watch this show, so ladies, you should go there on a date with your man, and vice versa.
It's a great cheap tickets, I'm sure.
Yeah, $11 per person. It's not that
Awesome.
bad.
We should catch a game.
Let's do it.
All right.
You saw it here first. This one comes from Mr. Kalsi Harling, a regular on this show, superfan Cal. What will Ben Spies do, and can Rossi go home again? Now, I'm an expert in this special field. Sam, I don't know about you. I think you're an expert as well.
Now I am. Yeah, I'm an expert.
So, I know this very well. I watch it on TV all the time. I do a lot of research on it.
I don't even know what it is. So,
I think Ben Spies will do it, and I think Rossi eventually he'll be able to go home.
Rossi can go home.
Rossi can.
He can definitely go home again.
Thank you for the question, Cal. This one comes from Cheryl. Sorry, tongue slip.
Cheryl.
How do you become an MLB authenticator, and how many of them are there at each game? Perfect question. What we're here for. You want to take it away? You want me to go for it?
Sure, I'll answer it as best as I can. Well, I know that MLB authenticators, well, what they are, first of all, is that they're there to make sure the game is authentic. So if you get like a souvenir or any kind of like, legit item from a baseball game or something.
Glove.
Bat, glove, baseball,
Hat, who knows?
Authenticators are there to, put a sticker on it or, write on it.
Interesting enough, if that sticker is tampered with, it will self-destruct. I read it.
It has an attached bomb.
Well, I mean, as in it won't authenticate it
Oh,
anymore.
never mind.
Yeah.
Oh.
Unfortunately, we're
That'd be
not
cool,
that cool.
if they just blew up, but that doesn't happen.
So, generally there's one at each game. Playoff games, there's 3 normally.
Yeah. I mean, if you ever get a souvenir, ask for an authenticator, and they will authenticate your item. But yeah, there's 1 or 3 in a playoff game.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it'd be a cool job.
Yeah, I'd do it.
I'd sign me up.
Okay. We got our first ever father-son duo on the questions. This one comes from the son, Bryce Harling.
All right.
Bryce has to ask us, what's your take on steroids? Well, personally, I think steroids are wrong for a body. And there was a time and place. And it went on.
Look,
and it is gone now. Hopefully, for the most part.
it's kind of a broad question. I think you're referring to it. What's your take on steroids in the professional sports?
Of baseball, I'm assuming.
Oh yeah, baseball is the main, sport that it happens in.
Yeah.
But it's I don't think it's right in general because you're just cheating pretty much.
Yeah.
'Cause not everybody's taking them, and you're just getting
But
extra strength. So it's just like
yeah, but yeah, it's over. It's not anymore.
bad
Next question. No, that was an okay question, Bryce. You're growing up. You'll get there.
You'll get there.
This one comes from Cheryl again. She was on top of it, grilling us. Will Barry Bonds work with the SF Giants next year?
Well, I certainly would like to see him.
Who wouldn't?
Who wouldn't like
The
to
man,
see him?
25.
So much talent. I mean, there's
7-time MVP.
You can say what you want. Maybe he did take steroids, but he's still blasting the ball in the splash zone like every night. It's ridiculous. Okay, he's an amazing talent. He has to share his.
The only
knowledge.
member of the 500 club, and Bonds has more than 500 home runs.
I think it'd be awesome to see him. On the article that I read, he said that he has the answers for Tim Lincecum's struggles.
Well, that was just
and
messing around. I watched the actual live. He was joking.
Oh.
But still, he has answers.
I'm sure
He's a
he
hitter.
can fix him.
I'm sure he can fix Bell, that left-handed mess.
I'm sure he could.
So yes, he won't be working next year though because he has to go to court, and the Giants aren't going to hire him when he
he's
courts.
still
And once
a
the
felon.
if he gets into the Hall of Fame on his first try, he'll be working with the Giants the following year.
Let's hope so.
Okay, this one comes from Malcolm Jackson, also known as Malk.
My favorite guy ever.
Do you think that Bay Area sports teams are overlooked? If so, then with both the A's and Giants playing well, do you think this will change?
They are defying the East Coast bias. Let me tell you.
At one time, we thought about naming the show the West Coast Bias.
Did we?
Or was that your
That's
fantasy
the name of
football
my
name?
fantasy football league, but
Well,
anyways, we obviously have a little bit of bias, but
we don't like the East Coast.
we hate
I don't
them.
like turning on ESPN and seeing the Yankees play the Blue Jays.
Exactly.
Every day.
It's just Yankee game after Yankee game. It'd be nice to even in Sports Center, it'd be nice to be a little more relevant in the spectrum of sports.
I would have to agree.
But
I don't think the A's
I
are going to
think-
do anything about this.
It just happens, the teams who get the most media coverage are the teams that win championships. Until the A's win a championship, they will not have the fan base or the ratings that will,
I
make
think
them popular
there's
enough.
going to be a lot of coverage on the Niners this year if they get off to a strong start.
It's on the rise, though. The Bay Area sports, they're on the rise.
They're not on the decline.
Even basketball, I think the Warriors moving back to San Francisco, that's a great move. I think it is.
I think it's a good move. I don't think they're going to be good.
I think they might have I think they're going to be better with Andrew Bogut in there.
Malcolm, we're going to have to skip your next question just to keep this video under control. It was about the Raiders, and so obviously we're skipping it.
Okay.
Malcolm Jackson, after Alex Smith's best year as a pro, what are the expectations like for him this year and the receivers as well? Good question.
Great question.
Yeah, nothing
Awesome
wrong with that.
question. That is a good one because
I think the expectations only go up.
they're going to go way up.
You got Randy Moss. Someone's got to throw to him.
All right, not only is he a bona fide, quarterback now, but he's got some legit receivers to throw to, and he
all
has to
saw that
follow up a
playoff game.
13-3 season. But he's gonna have, I think he's gonna have a great year, and he's gonna live
I
up
think
to
his
that.
touchdown interception rates will be the same, and his yards will go up.
He's not the kind of quarterback that's gonna throw 350 yards with 4 touchdowns, but he's gonna.
But now he can if he needs to.
He can, but I don't know. I think that's not his style. If you guys have been following his criticisms on Cam Newton, he said, you can throw for 400 yards and 5 touchdowns a game, but, at the end of the day, we're winning games and he's not. So, he likes
True
to,
that.
think he likes to be more efficient. So I like that aspect of his game.
We've got a double question now. This one comes from my cousin Dylan, and it's kind of the same question my dad asked, so we'll just ask them together. With the latest trade of Hunter Pence to the San Francisco Giants, does this impact signing Melky Cabrera next year? Melky will be making more money than he's making this year. It'll be $14-15 million.
The
And Hunter,
milkman, the milkman is raking in the dough next year.
Hunter Pence is going to get at least 13 in arbitration. Can we sign them both long term with our payroll? Now, let's bring out some stats. We'll be losing Aaron Rowan's contract next year. That's some money. We're going to be getting some more money from our ballpark revenue because we're less paying that off.
Okay. Anything else?
Other than that,
Well, let's hope we can.
our payroll's going to increase. It's going to be up there with the 200 million club.
We'll see if either of them wants to settle for less money. I mean, if they're both happy where they are, I think
An interesting quote by Brian Sabian is, he said he noticed the fans sell out the park every day and they deserve a higher calling of players. So I think that's his saying that he's going to re-sign people.
Savey saves.
Sabian's pleasing the fans.
So
Just
I'm
like
talking
we're
about.
doing right now.
Pleasing the fans every day.
Pleasing the fans.
But I mean, I love Hunter Pence. He's one of my favorite players, and I'd love to see him stick around.
I like Melky.
Yeah, I think
that's a good corner outfield duo.
I'd say. Underpants. That's his nickname, I guess.
Yeah, but hey, we'd like to thank you for watching the special question portion.
Yes, thank
of
you for
the
tuning
Baytalk.
in.
We missed one regular on the show, Dodger lover Matt Burt. Hopefully he'll hit us up.
Matt, he didn't
He
give us
reply.
a- Matt Burt, shout out to Matt Burt.
He's a Dodgers fan. We don't shout out during baseball season.
That's right. That shout out, I'd take that back.
Take it back.
But
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
He's Sam.
He's Brandon.
And this is the Baytalk.